take a walk on the wild side with this cocktail right here. This week, let me show you how to make a wild orchard. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt, I'm the Whiskey Nerd, and like I said, today we're taking a walk on the wild side with a wild orchard. And I actually got the idea for this cocktail from the Dingle distillery. I was at an event they hosted last year, and they had this kind of cocktail. They called it an autumn wild, but me, I think a wild orchard might be a bit of a better name because of the ingredients that go into this cocktail. Starting off, we've got our whiskey. We've got the Dingle single malt, which to me is a really great quality and great value Irish whiskey. It comes in at 46.3% alcohol by volume, and it has this really nice rich flavor to it, but it also isn't super expensive, so it is actually quite nice, easy to find. It's not heavy on the wallet, and it gives a lot of good flavor to cocktails. It also has a bit of lime juice, a bit of apple juice, so that gives us that kind of like orchard vibe. There's a bit of cloudy apple juice, but you can use whatever one you want. There's a little bit of demerara sugar syrup to it, and at the end it gets topped up with a little bit of ginger ale for a bit of effervescence. And it's actually a very easy cocktail to make because it gets built in the glass. So we're going to get a highball glass, and we'll get a little spear of ice, drop that in there, and then measure out our ingredients. Starting off with our really nice Dingle single malt. We're going to go in with 30ml or 1 ounce of our Dingle whiskey. This is a cocktail that's a little on the lighter side, like it only has 1 ounce of alcohol in it, so it makes it quite easy to enjoy, especially in January. If you're having a bit of a dry January, you can have a lighter January like this, because it is only 1 ounce of alcohol in it, but it does have a nice bit of flavor, like I said. Next up, we're going to go in with our sugar syrup. We're only going to go in with about 10ml of this demerara brown sugar syrup. That's just equal parts sugar and water. Heat it up until the water boils and the sugar melts, and pop it into the fridge, and it'll keep in the fridge for a couple of months because it is quite nice and rich. Then we're going to go in with our lime juice. We're going to go in with 10ml again of our lime juice, just to give a little bit of a zing, a little bit of like extra flavor to the cocktail, because it is going to be quite sweet. Because next up, our ingredient, it's 45ml or 1.5 ounces of our cloudy apple juice. So that little bit of lime juice there is going to give us like a little bit of a zing. It's going to give us a little bit of extra flavor base. It's going to give us that nice kind of sharpness to it. And then we're going to go in with a little bit of ginger ale. This is a Fever Tree spicy ginger ale. You can go in whatever you want. I'm going to go in with about 45ml of ginger ale, maybe like a little 50, maybe 60ml, because again, we want this cocktail to be a little bit on the lighter side. We want it to be a little bit kind of easier to enjoy. And then because I've got a little bit of space left in my glass, I'm going to pop in just a few little ice cubes like that, and then we're going to go in with our garnish. Before we do that, we're going to take a little cocktail pick and just stir it, just to make sure we get that demerara sugar syrup nicely mixed throughout the cocktail, just like that. And for our garnish, what we're going to go in with is 2 things. One is a little sprig of mint, just like that, and then I'm going to go in with a little bit of a lemon wedge that I have blowtorched. So you don't have to blowtorch it. You can get one of these kind of Cook's blowtorches, and you can kind of toast the edges like this. And what that does is it gives it this almost like caramelized flavor. It gives it this, I don't know, a little bit richer. It gives us this really nice activated flavor that when you pop it in there, it does go into the cocktail, and you do enjoy it a little bit, especially when you bring it up and you get that flavor of like that toasted, roasted citrus. Pop a straw in, and that right there is a wild orchard. Now real quick, before you taste this cocktail, if you're new here, scroll down, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. I put out whiskey reviews every Wednesday, and I put out cocktail recipes featuring whiskey every Friday. So you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave me a comment down there and say what kind of cocktail you think I should try next. But right now, let's taste this one. Oh, that's just so refreshing. It is really nice. You do get the single malt, because Dingle single malt has this really nice, like I said, rich, dense flavor to it. So you get that whiskey flavor, but then you also get the apple juice. You get the bit of lime juice, adding a bit of tang. The brown sugar syrup, I think, works better than like a white sugar syrup, because again, it's that caramelized flavor like you would get in a single malt whiskey. The ginger ale adds a little bit of effervescence. When you bring it up, you get that fresh mint, you get a little bit of like that toasted citrus from that kind of charred orange peel, lemon wedge, and it just works really, really well. Yeah, this is definitely something you could make like as a punch. You could make like a big bowl of this and serve it to people, because it's really nice. It is nice as a light cocktail, but I think as well. This would work really well in summer when it's really hot out. A big pitcher of this will be really, really tasty. But I'm going to keep on enjoying it now, and I'll see you next time. Slán.